This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. A 90-year-old widow who seemed to be on the verge of losing her home can sleep soundly tonight. The community rallied around her, and today the city ruled her house once again code compliant. ABC 7's Ray Collins spoke with her and the Good Samaritan who worked hard to help out. Ray.
Haley, once again, social media fanned the flame of this story, even though the city says the claim and the threat wasn't entirely accurate. This was the sign that drew all the attention to a 90-year-old widow's house on Weber Street. It suggested the city was trying to steal her house. What actually happened was the woman who lives here, Marie Sikorsky, had allowed the home to fall into disrepair, and fines against her had allegedly reached $150,000. Along came Miles Gomez from next door, who was just back visiting his mother for a few months, and made improving this house his daily project. But despite his progress, he felt the city's tone wasn't softening.
I've said from the beginning that the city had a point, but they weren't wavering at all because they knew I was going to be leaving, and I felt like they were just like, well, once he leaves, then we don't have to worry about him defending her anymore.
And that's why Miles put up the sign last week, which immediately drew a series of contractors, donors, and a web designer who blasted the story on social media. The city wound up fast-tracking a code enforcement hearing, and the city spokesperson says some volunteer work by Sarasota's Revlis Construction saved the day.
A Good Samaritan licensed contractor stepped in, so then we had an inspector go out over the past couple days, take a look at it, and the recommendation to the special magistrate was that all fines, all costs associated with this case be waived, and that's what the special magistrate did.
As for Marie, she never thought the house was in bad shape in the first place.
There were a few rotten boards, and so when those boards were pulled off and fresh boards put up, that solved the problem.
Needless to say, she's relieved her neighbor's son Miles was home for a few months.
Oh, definitely, because when the city gets after you.
And as for Miles, he says he's no hero. He just did what had to be done.
I think it was just the right thing to do. She didn't have anybody to help her out, and I could see these fines were just racking up. So if someone didn't do something about it, they were going to take the house.
Neat guy. Miles says Marie was simply falling through the cracks with no family in town and no clue as to how to get help, Haley.
Yeah, it's amazing that he stepped in, and then everyone else who stepped in to help as well. Now, Ray, we've been getting a lot of calls, Facebook messages, Facebook posts, Twitter about how to help this woman. It's been all throughout the community.
Yeah, I think you and I both received a dozen emails at least about this story. It really struck a chord in the area. Once again, social media played a role in the situation's resolution, even though Marie probably has never even heard of Facebook in the first place.
Very good point, Ray. Thank you. Your kindness could kill. That's the message some business owners in downtown Sarasota are giving their patrons in an effort to stop them from giving money to the homeless. Money they suspect often goes to drugs and alcohol. This is the second public awareness campaign since 2014 from the Downtown Merchants Association, which is now supplying posters and some handouts for all of the shops along Main Street. Those involved are also handing out cards with a list of 40 local shelters and clinics for the homeless. Their hope is that people's cash will be donated to one of those services instead.
The money that they give could actually go to buying drugs. It could actually kill somebody with the overdoses and stuff that we have had through Sarasota County.
The city, which says it will likely not get involved in this campaign, revised an ordinance this year to make personal solicitation legal in certain areas as long as it remains civil. Anna Maria Island is moving forward with plans to install license plate recognition cameras along roadways. The mayors of Bradenton Beach, Anna Maria, and Holmes Beach are now in the process of exploring costs, how to determine how soon the technology can go up. The cameras scan and record the license plate of every car that drives by and alerts law enforcement of any crimes associated with the tags, car, or driver. Longboat Key has used this technology for more than 2 years. With the sprawling Lakewood Ranch continuing to see more development, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is looking for a budget increase. The department is asking the county for upwards of $6 million for the next fiscal year. That money would go toward new hires, some of which would be deputies to patrol Lakewood Ranch, along with helping pay for mandated costs that have been increasing, like health insurance premiums and retirement plans. County commissioners will take up the issue at a workshop later this month. We can still see the impact of Tropical Storm Colin tonight. In Bradenton Beach, at least 6 boats sank, and the historic Bridge Street Pier is damaged. The storm also forced the temporary closure of the popular day dock because one of 2 boats that sank near the dock remained there with its mast sticking out of the water.
We haven't noticed so much a change in the business. We've just had to provide a different tactic of getting our folks on and off the boat.
Officials in Sarasota County assessed all county beaches this week. They found the storm caused 5 to 10 feet of erosion in some areas on Casey Key and Minnesota Key, severe enough that 2 homes have been declared uninhabitable until repairs are made. Now let's head over to Bob and get a check on our weather. Bob, earlier another hurricane seminar.
That's right. Getting ready, obviously, on Longboat Key tonight with all the managers there from the EOCs of Manatee and Sarasota counties and several other folks, alerting the folks this is the beginning of hurricane season. It lasts for the next 6 months for the most part. And typically we have to look out in June all the way through November 30th being the end of hurricane season. The good news is that it looks like there may be some end to this deep tropical moisture on the way. We have an upper level low spinning right here. Looks rather ominous, but it's an upper level feature, so it's not associated with a surface low, and that's what you need in order for these tropical systems to develop. Tonight, not as much rainfall around. We had some big storms earlier that produced a lot of rainfall across mainly inland counties, and you can see some of that eastern Sarasota County up to 2-3 inches right there in eastern and southeastern Manatee County. More in our weather forecast for Friday and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A busy day on the campaign trail as presumed Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton picks up major endorsements, while presumed Republican nominee Donald Trump tries to get past some controversial comments he made about a federal judge.
I'm with her.
President Obama endorsing Hillary Clinton via this video.
In fact, I don't think there's ever been someone so qualified to hold this office.
This coming shortly after the president met with Bernie Sanders at the White House, fresh from Sanders' defeat at the polls this week, and with Clinton now the presumptive Democratic nominee. Sanders staying in the race for now.
I will, of course, be competing in the D.C. primary, which will be held next Tuesday.
And campaigning in the nation's capital tonight.
Our job is to create an economy that works for all of us, not just the 1%.
But Sanders says he'll work together with Clinton in the near future. Senator Elizabeth Warren also making her support known.
I am ready to get in this fight and work my heart out for Hillary Clinton to become the next president of the United States and to make sure that Donald Trump never gets any place close to the White House.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump meeting with donors and now blaming political correctness for the uproar over his comments about the Mexican ancestry of a federal judge.
And he says his critics have to get over it. Do you think he gets what's going on?
I don't know the answer to that question. That comment is beyond the pale. That's not political correctness.
And with a focus on the general election next week, President Obama will hit the campaign trail with Hillary Clinton in Wisconsin. The House has passed a rescue package to help ease Puerto Rico's financial crisis. The measure now heads to the Senate with just 3 weeks until the U.S. territory has to make a debt payment. The legislation would create a financial control board and allow restructuring of some of Puerto Rico's $70 billion of debt. Governor Rick Scott is requesting more assistance from the federal government in fighting the Zika virus. Scott spoke with the heads of the CDC and Health and Human Services Department today, asking for an additional 1,300 Zika antibody tests. The tests allow people to see if they have ever had the virus. Scott has also been pushing for federal authorities to provide money to respond to the growing threat, though Congress has been divided over how much funding to approve. Cases of Zika have been reported in 20 Florida counties, none so far on the Suncoast. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, Moat rolls out some cool technology that will help monitor red tide. And the last day of school is extra bittersweet for some students in Manatee County.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Did you know? When your dog stays at Canine Corral, the play is free? Contact Canine Corral today about boarding and daycare packages. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Trustco Bank has hometown checking, free mobile app, no monthly fees, and free use of over 55,000 ATMs worldwide. Are you happy with your bank? Go to TrustcoBank.com for details.
Your hometown bank, Trustco.
Member FDIC.
Sunset Fiat is Italian style. Sunset Fiat is fashion forward. Come see the all-new Fiat collection at Sunset Fiat with new 2015 Fiat 500s priced from $12,999. Sunset Fiat is cool and sexy with freedom to move and room to evolve. Visit Sunset Fiat in Sarasota or shop online at fiatusaofsarasota.com.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Well, Bob, another successful hurricane seminar.
Yeah, a lot of people too, you know, and that's an important area, obviously, everywhere is, but right on the Key, Longboat Key, we saw what happened with Anna Maria with just a tropical storm, so again, a lot of folks showed up, nearly about 200, and it's always a well-attended event and a lot of great speakers there, and obviously nothing like that around now, thankfully, no hurricanes, and we were watching something yesterday, remember, and it had a 10% chance, well, that's gone, so that's good. Punta Gorda webcam, though, does show still a lot of tropical moisture around. You can see a line of showers coming in from the Gulf at one point right around 8:30 or so, and now things are starting to calm down a bit out there, which is good. Well, get a look at this. Barb Wilson showing that line of showers moving in as well. So we had a few brief showers around this evening across coastal communities. Inland areas saw a rainbow. This was at Lakewood Ranch. Kevin getting this one, a brilliant part of a rainbow. Appreciate that. And this is another one, Turtle Beach. Cindy Desmond getting some great shots lately, and always like it when there's a little cloudiness around. It makes for a beautiful shot right there. Well, the rain, as I mentioned, is still around. There's showers out in the Gulf of Mexico, but the atmosphere is starting to get a little bit transition to a little drier air right now, so that's somewhat better news than we've seen. It's still warm, still muggy, though. I'm not going to say it's really comfortable out there, but nonetheless, we are looking at some light showers still off in the Gulf of Mexico. Not a lot going around town. In fact, there was a flood advisory just at 11 o'clock. That has since expired, and no real significant rain around. Look at this dry air. Finally, a look at some drier air trying to sneak in. It's still well to our north, so we'll stay with that shower and thunderstorm activity scattered about throughout the day on Friday. And then eventually some of this may work its way into our mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, which is a good sign that we will see less activity in terms of thunderstorms and also less rainfall from these thunderstorms. When they develop with all this moisture around, they dump torrential amounts of rain in a short period of time. 80, though, still very warm. Dew point, that's come down. It had been in the upper 70s to mid 70s. Southeast winds are at 5, but the pressure also starting to rise at 30.01 inches. The high today was right at the average. 96 the record. The warm low for us for this time of year in the upper 70s. Just 1/100th of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, but some areas in southeast Manatee County saw over 3 inches of rain today. 78 now in Jacksonville. They were up at 96 degrees right around 5 o'clock today. 76 in Miami now, and temperatures all pretty much into the upper 70s to low 80s near the coast. 76 in Wauchula and 76 in Sebring. Well, this is the RPM forecast model showing there may be a few showers around the coast you may have to dodge. Not a lot. It doesn't look to be too concentrated. And then in the afternoon, a lot of concentrated storms developing where they don't need it. They've had excessive amounts of rain in central Florida, and then some of those will try to work their way back to the coast late in the day. And then it looks as though we will see a chance for a few showers again Saturday afternoon and evening, most of it inland. However, there will be a few coastal showers popping up late in the evening. Temperatures pretty cool in Toronto and Detroit in the 50s and 60s. Boston even at 60 degrees. Much warmer though in Minot, 86. They were warmer up there in North Dakota than we were here in Southwest Florida. For low tide at 12:03, a high tide will be at 6:44 tomorrow morning. Another high tide at 4:22 and sunrise at 6:35. So scattered thunderstorms. I'm not really all that excited about, 20% for us overnight. But tomorrow, a different story for boaters, so keep that in mind. They'll be around. Those winds and seas will pick up near those individual storms, and that could be a little higher there as far as the wave action goes. Water temperature 86 degrees, and look at the forecast. Warm and muggy, partly cloudy skies. A few scattered showers are possible, 77. That's well above average for your low. And then tomorrow, more scattered storms, partly cloudy skies. Rain chance 60%. Mainly for inland areas, 88 degrees, the high temperature, so that would be pretty close to average. And then we'll see rain chances lessening on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. Well, you got to get a look at this. This is some scuba diver, not a scuba diver, but just a snorkel and some fins. Went in at around 20 miles offshore or so from Naples, and get a look what he got. He got video of this huge, about a 32 to 35 foot whale shark. This is Mr. Whitlock right here. A well-known angler and artist, and I'll tell you what, he was very close to this huge whale shark that a lot of people have been seeing lately, especially in the Gulf of Mexico. One guy reported to see 5 of them, and the fish underneath them are pretty good size. It could be cobia, and you just get the enormity of that particular whale shark, and really appreciate him sending me this video.
But they aren't harmful.
No, they actually plankton eaters, and they don't have teeth. You got to look at this. It's some great action of a bass. That's right. It's freshwater, not saltwater, and that's a huge bass in Lake Okeechobee. And we know this guy. This guy caught a nice bass. In fact, he caught 2 nice bass. Yeah, you know who he is, Haley.
I may have met him once or twice.
Yeah, I think he said around 5 to 6 pound bass there.
Yeah.
He's enjoying his time off.
He is.
You know, a little break right there.
Yeah, he left it like before 4 a.m. this morning, 3:30 or something.
You know he likes fishing. He does that.
If you leave at 3:30 a.m., yeah.
This guy likes fishing too. This is the guy who shot that whale shark. This is Steve Whitlock.
Oh, wow.
He's an artist as well as an angler, and he even got his artwork on the Yeti cooler.
I saw, yeah, that Yeti.
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely. There's some of his artwork right there. I've met him and talked to him at the Coastal Conservation Association. Appreciate him sending that in too, by the way. He was out doing some grouper fishing like this guy, Captain Brian Marcy, when he saw that whale shark. And this one, Breakwater Charters, and appreciate that photo as well. Lots going on. And if you didn't hear about it, the extending now of the red snapper, American red snapper, 2 days now because of the storm.
Oh, okay.
That it has now been extended. So you have the ability to go fishing this weekend all the way out until Saturday night. It ends officially at midnight.
We'll take advantage of that.
2 days
then.
extra.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Mote Marine is using some serious technology to get a better handle on monitoring red tide. An underwater robotic glider called Genie monitors water temperature, depth, and other conditions that may influence algae blooms, while a new solar-powered sailboat drone can move quicker across surfaces and access shallower waters that Genie cannot. Both were deployed offshore of Lido Beach today.
And we're going to try and have them mirror each other. So we're going to paint this really complete picture of the water column, and that's mostly for scientific purposes, so we can really understand what's going on as far as the oceanography.
The mission is intended to last 15 days. Sarasota County students and teachers had their last day of school last week, and today Manatee County followed suit. And at one particular school, it's goodbye for good. The district is closing 58-year-old Orange Ridge Bullock Elementary School because of mounting improvement costs, the school's location on a floodplain, and needed major repairs. There were mixed feelings, of course, on campus for this final day.
Everybody who works here are going to be sad because, like, it's an incredible school here and, like, it's a good education.
Retirement is a happy thing to look forward to, but it's also sad to leave my job and leave the students. And I've really been happy being a teacher all my years, and I've always been happy to come to work.
Too cute. Many of the kids will attend Rogers Garden Elementary School. Teachers and staff will be reassigned to other schools within the district. New hope for land in Northport that used to be home to the Sable Trace Golf and Country Club. A Tampa company, GNP Development Partners, would like to purchase the property and turn it into a mix of homes and a smaller golf course. Nearby residents have been hoping for the last year that someone would come in and take over the property.
He had presented to us a concept of a 9-hole golf course and with homes developed on it. You know, this was a golf course community and people bought their homes with that.
The Homeowners Association is working with the development company to come up with a plan that everyone can agree on. The DeSoto Square Mall will reopen tomorrow. Nearly the entire building was closed today due to a power outage, which Florida Power and Light crews were working to fix. Hudson's Furniture and Sears were not affected, and they did stay open today. The Rays were off today, but the front office is keeping busy with the MLB draft. That's next in sports, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
We have a big show for you tonight with spelling.
America, my name is Will Arnett, and I have come here tonight to tell you that I am also running for Vice President of the United States.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
College is the best starting line a Florida student could have. Since earning my degree at the University of Florida, I've gone on to be a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rookie of the Year and a team owner in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. Thanks to the Florida Lottery, many more students will be off to the races with a brighter future. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Thank you, my fellow Americans. As your candidate for president, I will make bling affordable with Spectralite diamonds.
Spectralite diamonds are manufactured in laboratory conditions to equal the finest natural diamonds.
This political message was brought to you by Created Gems and the Bling Party.
Big bling for little change for you.
When you don't know who you are, you can be anyone you want to be. You're coming with me.
Ooh, where are we going?
To the most wondrous place in the world.
Roll up, Tangleville's Traveling Circus is here!
This isn't a fairy story. People don't always live happily ever after. But we will. I'm Hetty Feather, and this is my story.
Now, sports.
Try to wrap your head around this. The Rays' first-round pick in tonight's MLB draft was born in 1998. Now, do you feel really old? Well, Tampa Bay used the 13th overall pick to select 18-year-old Josh Lowe of Pope High School in Georgia. The Rays intend to use him as a left-handed hitting third baseman, though he does have experience pitching.
If the organization thinks that I can help them best, the third baseman, and help them win, that's what I'm looking forward to do. And I know I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can to be the best third baseman in the entire organization and the league.
When we're drafting high school players, it's a long road. We're not talking about specific timing with these guys, but we hope a few years from now he's going to be in position to be an asset.
He actually looks a little bit
Lowe was MLB.com's 17th ranked prospect. Tomorrow night, Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Cavaliers defended their home court last night and then some, defeating the Warriors by 30 points to cut the series deficit to 1 game. The win comes despite the Cavaliers not having Kevin Love, who's recovering from a concussion. LeBron James led the way with 32 points, while for Golden State, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have yet to score 20 points in a game.
We can't afford to go down 3-1 and go to their building, give them confidence going back. So it's a do-or-die game for us still.
We're 2-1.
Personal?
We're 2-1. We're up 2-1 right now, and the story is still unfolding.
You can catch Game 4 tomorrow night at 9 o'clock right here on ABC 7. And again, I'll say it just to let you know our newscast will be delayed because of that. Well, they're not out of it just yet. The San Jose Sharks won tonight in Pittsburgh to push the Stanley Cup final to a Game 6. The final score 4-2. The Penguins still have a 3-2 series lead. There were 4 goals scored in just over 5 minutes to start tonight's game. That is the quickest in Stanley Cup final history. Good game. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves on providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction. To list your home with SWC, give us a call, and don't forget to watch the House to Home show every Saturday night here on ABC 7. It's simple. We just market your home better.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Need a mortgage? Compare and save. Trustco Bank offers a variety of low-cost mortgages that are right for you with friendly personal service that's made Trustco one of the area's top mortgage lenders. Visit TrustcoBank.com for details.
Your hometown bank, Trustco.
Equal housing lender.
It's hot out there, so you have to make sure to stop and cool off every now and then. Let Dakota the black bear show you how that's done. This big guy is taking a dip in the tub at the Oregon Zoo, and you can see he is making the most of it. He has a couple of toys to paw at while he floats around. The zoo shared this video on Facebook, and it has more than 2 million views. Look at his legs. He loves it.
That is classic.
Human in a bear costume is what our producer said it looks like. It really does. It's just funny to see him kicking his legs. Stay cool, everyone.